Hello there, fifth graders. So we are going to continue on with our math lessons. We are looking at lesson 4. So yesterday we talked about powers of 10, right? 10 to the power of 2 is 100, 10 to the power of 3 is 1,000, and so on. Today we're going to look at using those powers of 10 to kind of make equations. So we will need to look a little bit at, not really into this top part, but more into this bottom part of kind of our metric units of measurement. So we have our base unit, which would be meters in this case, with our lesson today. Then deci or decimeters, centi or centimeters, and milli or millimeters. So we can also think of this as almost like a place value chart. So our meters is in the ones place, or our base unit is in the ones place. Deci would be in the tenths place, centi in the hundredths, and milli in the thousandths. So let's take a look at our practice. So number 1 says 2 meters to centimeters. So we're converting 2 meters into centimeters. So when we start with a unit that is bigger than our second unit, or what we're converting into, when our unit is bigger, that means that our number, our second number, is going to get bigger. So 2 meters is equal to 200 centimeters. Notice that it's 100 times bigger. An equation that we would write would be 2, so that's our 2 meters, times 10 to the power of 2, which would be 100. If you notice, when we go from centimeters to our base unit of meters, we are going 2 places. That's why we're using 10 to the power of 2 equals 200. So let's look at our next example. 108 centimeters to meters. So we have 108 centimeters, and we're starting with a small unit, a smaller unit. So that means when we convert it to our other unit, it's going to get smaller. So if we have 108 centimeters and our number is going to get smaller, that means that we're going to be dividing. So we'll start with our number, 108, and we're dividing by something to get the answer. And if you notice, all of our units for number 1 are all meters to centimeters or centimeters to meters. So that tells us that we're always going to be using 2 to the power of 10 to the power of 2. I said that backwards. So for number 1, we'll always be using 10 to the power of 2. So 108 divided by 10 to the power of 2 is going to equal something. So we can think about this kind of on our place value chart. If we're dividing by a power of 10, our number is going to shift to the right across our place value chart 2 places to give us 1 and 800. So 1 and 800 meters. Our next one, C, 2 and 4900 meters to centimeters. So we're starting with a bigger unit, so that means that our number is going to get bigger. So we have 2 and 4900. Since our number is getting bigger, we're going to multiply. Like we said, we're only using 10 to the power of 2 in these questions. So that means we have 2 and 4900 times 10 to the power of 2, or times 100. If we think about this on our place value chart, we are moving our number to the left 2 places since our number is getting bigger. So that will give us 249. So 2 and 4900 meters is equal to 249 centimeters. So we will I think we'll leave the rest of these for you to complete on your own. So D, E, F, and G you'll complete on your own. We'll look at number 2 really quick, just to kind of see what's going on there. Please refer to the email that was sent about what problems you're going to complete for your independent practice. It's determined by your group, and it's determined by how our lessons went today. If we got through more, then we did different problems. If we didn't get through a lot, then we did different problems. So we'll look at number 2 really quick. We'll do the first 2, and then we'll talk about the rest of your independent practice. So we have 4 meters to millimeters. So last time we were going between meters and centimeters. This time we're going to millimeters. So we have to jump 1, 2, 3 places to get from millimeters to meters, or to get from meters to millimeters. So that tells us that all of number 2 is going to be 10 to the power of 3. So our first number is 4 meters to millimeters. So we're starting with a bigger unit, so that means that our number is going to get bigger. Since our number is getting bigger, we're going to multiply times 10 to the power of 3, which is equal to 1,000. So 4 times 10 to the power of 3, or 4 times 1,000, gives us 4,000. So 4 meters is equal to 4,000 millimeters. And we'll do one more together. We have 1 7/10 meters to millimeters. Again, we're starting with a bigger unit, so our number is going to get bigger, which means we'll need to multiply. So we have 1 7/10 times 10 to the power of 3, or times 1,000. So if we think about this on our place value chart, we are going to move our number to the left 3 places, or multiply by 1,000. And that will give us 1,700. So that means that 1 7/10 meters is equal to 1,700. So the rest of your work, your independent practice, is determined by the email that was sent to you. It was sent out by group, so each group is kind of doing some different problems. If you were assigned to complete the rest of part 1, then you will complete the rest of part 1. If you were assigned to complete the rest of part 2, you'll do that as well. Some groups were assigned to complete number 3, and then parts of 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6 are all word problems. As always, if you run into any problems or have any questions, please reach out and let me know. I'm here to help as much as I can. And I know that exponents and conversions can be a little bit tricky, so please don't ever hesitate to ask me questions if you have any. Have a fantastic day, 5th graders.